Today we're learning the riff that defined a generation. Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. This one's super easy, sounds awesome, and you'll have it down in no time. Let's go. Nirvana's raw energy hit me pretty hard when I was growing up. This riff was my gateway to the grunge scene. It's pretty simple, but it packs a punch. What's your Nirvana story though? Did you ever get a chance to meet the guys in the band? Share it in the comments. I'm using a Boss Effect processor to get that warm vintage vibe. Check it out in my affiliate link below. Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking it. There's 4 power chords being used in this song, and you only need to know one shape to get them all. So let's start off with the shape here at the 1st fret of the 6th string, and then I'll put my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string and add the pinky on the 3rd fret of the D string. This is the power chord shape. This is called F5, but we're going to just move this shape around to other locations to get the other chords that we need. So from here we'll move straight down to the B flat 5. Index finger on the A string, ring on the D string, and pinky on the G string now. And then, when we're ready, we'll move over to the 4th fret of the 6th string up to the top here, and the ring finger on the 6th fret, and pinky on the 6th fret of the D string. And again, we'll move straight down from there to the A string at the 4th fret, D string at the 6th fret, and G string at the 6th fret as well. And then we'll work on that rhythmically. So those are your 4 chords. You just shift through those. Let's start off the first pattern at measure 1 here. We're going to be using this F5 power chord that I just showed you, and then we'll shift down to the B5, and then we'll use some open strings at the end, but follow along on the tabs here. Rhythmically, this can be a little bit tricky, but just follow me. It won't be too bad. We're going to do a down, up, down on the F5 power chord, and then rest. That means put your hands on the strings to kind of give us some quiet resting period. And then we're going to do a dead strum, which means you just touch the strings lightly with your left hand as you strum up, down, up to get this dead percussive sound. And then I'll go down to this B flat 5 power chord here, and I'll go down, down, up, then to the open 6th string, 5th string, and 4th string, which I know sounds kind of odd, but in context it'll sound just fine as we switch chords there. So slowly once again. Measure 2 is rhythmically very similar there to measure 1 with just a couple of changes. So let's take a look. We're going to start it off on this G5 power chord here at the 4th fret and 6th fret, and we're going to do the same strum pattern we did before on that. Down, up, down, and we're going to rest for even a shorter period, just a 16th note rest this time, and we're going to do 4 muted strums. Notice I did down, up on that. And then I'll shift down to the C sharp 5 power chord here at the 4th fret and 6th fret of the A, D, and G strings. And I'm going to go down, down, up, 2 dead strums, down, up. All right, slowly once again. Measures 3 and 4 repeat the first 2 measures with just a couple of small changes, so let's go over those. We're going to do the same thing as before in measure 3 here. Rest. This time we're going to do 4 dead strums. In the first measure we did only 3. Down, up, and then we're going to go to the B flat 5 here for only 2 times. Then to the open strings, just like before. Now over to the G sharp 5 power chord. 4 dead strums, C sharp 5 2 times, to the open A, D, and G string. Okay, so one more time slowly for those 2 measures. Get your guitar ready now. We're going to try this play along together at half the speed. We're going to take the first 4 measures at 50% of the goal tempo 4 times through. Let's go. you need some more practice on that, pause the video now and rewind it and go over that a few more times. But now we're going to go into measures 5 through 12, which are basically using exactly the same riff, except for we're going to add distortion to our amp tone. So add some overdrive or some distortion to your amp now and get ready for a play along with me of measures 5 through 12 at 50% of the goal tempo. Let's go. Moving on to measure 13 here, we're going to be switching our amps back to a clean sound, and I've added a little bit of chorus and reverb onto my effects here. And you'll see at measure 13 we've got a quarter note rest on the first beat, so be quiet for one beat and then come in on beat 2 at the 5th fret of the G string and then the 6th fret of the B string. And we'll pick those and let them ring like this here. And I like to do a down up stroke on that and then rest and do it again. And then repeat this throughout the verse. When you hit the pre-chorus at measure 25, we're going to just be repeating those two notes back and forth like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that just continues throughout the entire pre-chorus. The next riff you're going to want to know is at the bridge in measure 45. We're going to start it off with that F5 power chord just like we did at the beginning of the song and the main riff here. But then we're going to go to an E5, which is going to be the open E string, the 2nd fret of the A string, and 2nd fret of the D string. I'm going to bar that with my middle finger by flattening that out and then coming back to the F5. Then we're going to add a new chord here, the F sharp 5, 2nd fret of the 6th string, 4th fret of the A string, and 4th fret of the D string with the pinky. And then we're going to do a bend. 3rd fret on the G string, we're going to do a full bend and release of that note there, and then we'll go into the next measure. But let me walk you through this one slowly here. One more time. If you prefer to bend that 3rd fret note upward, you can. You notice I was pulling down on it, but you'll get the same effect if you push it up. Choose which one feels better for you. Measure 46 introduces a couple new chords as well, but at the beginning we'll start off with the F5 just like before, to the E5, back to the F5 there. But then we're going to need these two new chords. We're going to jump up to the 6th fret of the E string, 8th fret, and 8th fret. Then move over to the 4th fret, 6th fret, and 6th fret. So slowly, that measure. Let's play the bridge together now at 50% of the goal tempo, 2 times through. Get ready. Let's take a look at the guitar solo now, starting off on measure 84. And this shows on the tab the 10th fret of the D string with an artificial harmonic, which means you slightly swipe the pick and thumb at the same time to get a squealing effect. But I want to take this over to the 5th fret of the G string, which the solo starts on anyway right after that. So it's up to you. If you want to play it as listed on the tabs at the 10th fret, you can. I'm going to play it at the 5th fret of the G string, and I'll give that a little pinch. So that kind of gives you a little screaming sound out of that note. So you just kind of swipe that with your thumb and pick at the same time. Now we're going to head into the 5th fret as part of the standard part of the solo here, not the artificial harmonic. To the 4th fret, 6th fret. That's a slide down to 1 right there. 5, 4, 6, 1. Okay, then I'll go to the B string, 4th fret, pick it twice, and bend full and release. To 2 and 1. Hold that. 1, 2, 1. 3rd fret of the G string. 1st fret of the G string. 3rd fret, pick, bend and release. And it kind of repeats that for this next section, so let me just take you through that whole thing slowly one more time. Going into the next section of the solo is very much the same, but it ends slightly differently. So let me walk you through this here. We're going to be just like the beginning of the solo here at measure 89. It's very similar. And right here, we're going to continue that, going 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. The 3rd fret of the D string. And again. Let's play the solo together now at 50% of the goal tempo, one time through. Let's go. Love these lessons? Help keep this channel rocking by subscribing and hitting that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Check out my courses on kjzmusic.com or Udemy. You can book private lessons or grab some merch. Links are below. Your support means everything. And those are all the riffs you need to know to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. You've got this. Practice that riff and you'll be channeling Kurt Cobain in no time. Drop a comment below what song you'd like to learn next or what your favorite Nirvana song is. And check out one of these videos next.